vehicles from all around the world. The first vehicle they've got there, their reconnaissance vehicle, again it's another little tracked vehicle. This was called a mixed reconnaissance vehicle. It's originally made for the Canadian Army and other countries bought it. And the tank they've got there looks like that Chieftain tank, but this is actually the tank that was exported to the Middle East with the new engine in. So those of you who are real tank spotters, you can see the engine, it sounds slightly different, it's slightly higher engine deck. This was the version that Chieftain was sold into the Middle East. This particular one was sold to Jordan, the Jordanians called it Khalid, and they put rather a jazzy camouflage scheme, as you can see on it. But now under Ruritanian ownership, you can see the two vehicles going round. It looks like they've, I think they finally located their target, which is about. Now with a reconnaissance vehicle, of course, it needs to be small, needs to be speedy, so it can get around the battlefield. It's alright, get on with it. And again, this reconnaissance vehicle, you can see, just after the machine gun, it's really there, quick burst machine gun fire, then you get out of trouble. It's the tanks that really do the fighting. Now, he's putting up the Ruritanian flag there, so show what we think about this. Colour blue. Right, that's more like it. And he's positioning his vehicles. Tanks and armoured vehicles, they tend to have their thickest armour on the front, because that's the best place to protect yourself from. So you always point your tank or your armoured vehicle to where you think you're going to be attacked from. So you're best protected there with thick armour on the front there. So he's got them out there, he's put up his flag. Now let's see if we were paying attention a bit earlier on. What do you think the first thing the British Army would have to do in a circumstance like this, if they've got to come and capture this mound back? What's the first thing they should be doing? Make a cup of tea? We're talking about the Army, not the RAF here. Come on, what would they be doing in the first situation? They send, right, there we are, that's good, someone was paying attention. They'd send out their scouting or reconnaissance vehicle, wouldn't they? Because they need to know where to attack, what's the best way forward, how do we get at these Ruritanians, how many of them are there, do they look like a motivated force? That can all be reported back over the radio by our reconnaissance vehicle, first of all, before the main force attacks. The military has a phrase, time spent on reconnaissance is rarely wasted. So very important we find these things out. If we look down the field there, there's our reconnaissance vehicle creeping forward, radioing back that information back to the main force commander. The other thing, of course, with tanks well over 60 tons, you also got to make sure the route you want to go forward is going to be able to support you. There's no point driving down the street across a bridge that then collapses and your tank's no good. So they need to be able to find all that out as well. Now in reality, of course, the other thing they can do is they can call in artillery fire on the Ruritanians. Keep their heads down. Because they've got the radio, they can call back in all the time to make sure the Ruritanians are kept busy. In reality, you never get that close in a reconnaissance vehicle. Something's gone badly wrong if you're almost bumping into the enemy. He'd probably be about a mile off down in the woods there, radioing all back. And with any luck, the Ruritanians wouldn't have seen him at all. So the key thing, reconnaissance, getting the information. And he's reported all that back to the main force commander. Now we know at the moment the British Army is pretty busy around the world, so it's going to be the Tank Museum tanks that take on the Ruritanians. So he's got that information back. Here goes our Chieftain main battle tank, and here comes our armoured personnel carrier carrying the infantry. And don't forget, the infantry still vitally important on the battlefield. However many tanks, fast jets, unmanned drones, the infantry is still going to be the one that actually capture the ground. So very, very important still. So there's our Chieftain putting down suppressing fire on the Ruritanians, and there's our armoured personnel carrier down the other end of the field, bringing our infantry, who are our volunteers don't forget forward. And that armoured personnel carrier, those of you who can see it, because it's going to be bouncing around on the battlefield the last hour or so, the guys in the back are going to be pretty disorientated. So they always try and point the tank or the vehicle to where they think the enemy are, so that they know that's where they're going to be attacking. And there's our volunteers coming out the back, under command of our section commander there. He's getting them all to come out, and what they're going to be doing is putting in what they call a section attack, or sometimes they call it a pepper pot attack. What happens is one section runs forward at a time, they try and keep parallel, and then they drop down, and then the other section runs forward. And the idea here is it's not just that the army likes straight lines all the time, it's to save your life, so you don't run in front of your mate and get shot up the backside. The military or the media sometimes call that friendly fire. It's the most unfriendly fire going if you're shot on your own side. So fire discipline as you're advancing, very important. I think we do a fitness training for one or two of the volunteers, but there we are, they've got the target in sight now, they know what they're attacking, they're dropping down, and here they come. Now they've seen the target, and he's getting them to charge the Ruritanian position. Oh, look at that, pathetic, they've thrown in the towel already. Well done our volunteers there, well done. Now it takes the British Army about 6 weeks to do phase 1 basic training for a soldier. All infantrymen and all soldiers have to go through phase 1 training. So our volunteers there, to pick that up in about 20 minutes, have actually done very well. And they were recruited out the audience a little bit earlier on today, so they didn't really know what they were letting themselves in for. So there we go, there's the Union flag going back up on the flagpole, so we can all sleep safely in our beds tonight. And do give them a round of applause, they've done very well there coming forward. Well done our volunteers. Now, what we're going to do to you now, ladies and gentlemen, Ruritanians will be taken into custody, so fear not about that. Our ride vehicle will be starting again in about 10 minutes' time from the far end of the arena, and that will run throughout the afternoon. You've been blessed with some nice weather today, so please, if you want to have your picnic, use the grounds here, use the facilities, and don't forget your ticket not only gets you in and out the museum today, it's a year's membership of this museum. As long as the person who signed that gift aid form comes back, you can bring that number of people back with you, and you can use it across the year. There's only about 2 days we don't let you use it on when the site's not ours. So do remember that, because you've got a year's membership there of this museum. So if later in the week you want to pop back, if you are on holiday, do come in again. Thank you very much for coming down to the Tank Museum today. We hope the weather stays fine for you if you are on holiday, and enjoy your time down here in Dorset. Thank you very much indeed.